Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about chapter 6. The purpose of public speaking. Find your purpose and the main purpose of public speaking. Before we start explaining this topic, let's define something. What is the thing that we call purpose? Okay? As Merriam-Webster defined this, the purpose is the why of the existence of something. For example, I'm going to use an example right now. What is the purpose of this? Facebook. And Facebook had the purpose of connecting us with our family, friends, or even people that we don't know. But why? Because it's a social network? Well, yes and no. So, returning to them, this example helped me to explain you what is a purpose. And today, we're going to see the 3 purposes of public speaking. So, please play that button. Don't go for the soda, chips, and let's listen what I have to tell you about the main purpose of the public speaking. So, let's start with the video. Okay, the main purpose of public speaking is to deliver the message that we, as public speakers, we want to deliver to the audience. But we have another thing, the main purpose of our speech. The main purpose of a public speaking speech, the main purpose of a speech could be one of these 3. We have to inform, to persuade, and to entertain. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you right now the first one, that is called to inform. Okay, I'm going to use the definition of the book and later I'm explaining you with my own words right after I read it. Okay, to inform. This is about helping audience members to acquire information that they do not already possess. The main goal of to inform is to gain knowledge. Okay, so I'm going to explain it right now. Okay, basically, to inform is making the audience know more about a theme, or introducement to the theme, or increment his knowledge of a theme. For example, if I'm going to inform people about the dinosaurs, I'm going to inform them, because I'm going to share the information that I know of dinosaurs to my audience and make them gain more knowledge of the dinosaurs. Okay, but we have another thing where we can find to inform speeches in the TV, in the news, in the newspaper. Also, we can see it in radios or in lectures. Okay, why we share knowledge? We share knowledge because we want the audience to know more about it, basically. And what are the themes that we can see in an to inform speech? We can see objects, people, events, concepts, processes, and issues. So let's pass to the next one. Okay, this is the second one, the second general purpose that we're going to persuade. To persuade, okay, what is a persuasive speech? A persuasive speech can be distinguished from an informative speech by the fact that it includes a call for action for the audience to make some change in the behavior or thinking. If we want to think like this, is convince the audience to think like we want or do the things that we want them to do. Okay, what we persuade? We have two. Okay, we have two categories. There are these ones: pure persuasion and manipulative persuasion. Pure persuasion is the one when we want the listeners to engage in a specific behavior. In the traduction of this is when we want the people to think what we want. And the second one, that is the manipulative persuasion, is when we persuade the audience to make that we want to do, what we want them to do. Okay, so why this is the why we persuade, and let's continue with, and now let's continue to see where we find this, where we find to persuade speeches. We find to persuade speeches when we go to buy a car, when we're going to buy something in the church, in the school, or even more in the cinema. Okay, let's pass to the next one. That is to entertain. Entertaining speaking is focused on them and occasion of the speech. And basically, to entertain is make the pass the time in a very good way with the audience. And when we entertain, the goal of entertaining is the audience enjoyment. These two speeches can be funny or serious. Okay, if we see that are funny, we have, for example, Franco Escamilla. Or also, if they're serious, we can see the Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. And basically, this is of why we entertain, and we have the common forms of entertaining. Okay, this can be in the after dinner, or also in a stand-up comedy, in a web series, in YouTube, or in a sketch. Okay, so in conclusion, we can say that the public speaking is something very complex, and everything that we do in public speaking has a purpose. I hope you enjoyed the video, and bye.